Orange Day.
Sacral Chakra Day.
Sacral Chakra Day. Aren't you happy? We love you all. Welcome to the morning Ascension gathering. 5D, full disclosure. Heaven on earth. We are the First Contact Ground Crew team. We love you all so much. I'm Buddha.
I'm Jerry Pie.
And we welcome you. How's everybody doing? I know we like to say that every morning because we
feeling.
How's everybody feeling?
Yeah, because this is all about participation. It ain't a free ride to heaven, so you gotta comment for us to connect with you. It's only a natural flow of your divinity is to take that next step and participate. So
Vulnerability is your strength. Welcome, Telegram. We love you all. To be vulnerable is to have strength. Now, coming from an old, outdated paradigm of the 3D world, that sort of thing can bring about this feeling of weakness. When in actuality, it's the strength of being vulnerable, of actually showing your true colors, not hiding. 5D Earth is transparent. Nothing is hidden. And the more it hides, the more it amplifies. So it's like the way the unified field is designed in 5D is that there are no lies. You have to be transparent. Why? Because we all have a built-in lie detector. We all know when it's not coming from the heart, or we all know when you're not telling the entire truth. And that's the new world we can look forward to, where now there's a new foundation of trust and love that was never on this planet before. It creates a self-loving self-worth so strong that it does build such a strong base for what we need in order to move forward. And that's that self-love, that self-awareness, the self-consciousness, the fact that Christ consciousness is coming through your vessel in every moment and every breath. And when you don't adhere to that, when you don't raise your vibration to match that frequency, that's when the shit show starts. That's when the chaos only begins to build up because you're not working with the energy. So there's stagnation, there's more buildup, right? And as that buildup happens, what happens? Pop goes the weasel. And it's like a bag of popcorn in the microwave. And you got a bunch of egos just pop, 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 pop. Now, we all had to go through that in one form, fashion, or another. But it's your willingness to participate, your willingness to engage with the energy so that you can be malleable, you can evolve, you can transform and raise your vibration to match that of 5D. Heaven on earth, forgiveness, compassion, love for one another. It's all there for us to have access to, for us to be able to reach and really play with. But if you go and then you're down in your dumps and the poor me and the wow, it's time to grow up. It really is. I mean, you want another time out? What do you need in these moments to really push you past your breaking point? Because you have to break down in order to break through.
Yeah. Buddha is lit this morning with his orange shirt. Look, welcome, Orca. Orca says, good morning, light family. Got my orange on today. Yeah, color is so important. So is sound. So are all of these beautiful, magical gifts that Mom has gifted us, because we all need to be rehearted about our divinity. We all need to be worthy when we don't think we're worthy. Because that is your natural birthright. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, Ashra, Jana, Grand Rising Taylor, Mikey. Thank you, Mama, for your grandness. And Jen in the house, and David.
We love you.
Also on Telegram, Mijo, Trey, Wilson, love you. Ben and Leshawn, Beth, Michael. A being that has Arabic writing, welcome. I can't read that, but certainly you You are very welcome to unmute if you feel like you have something to share. Please do. Terry, Jeff, Prosper, Julie, Patricia, Nonia. I love you, Patricia. KP, love you, KP. Yay, that is the most we've had on Telegram.
Yeah, man.
18 and
Woo!
counting. Bless up, everybody.
Take a moment to share. Don't just stare. Let's light these flares. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and for, all of you know, we are being censored. So please, let's break these algorithms. Let's hit the share button. Let's push this further and further and further. All it takes is one more angel to wake up. One more being to wake up to the fact that God was on this planet. God returned. She fulfilled her prophecy of Jesus returning. She is Jesus. She is us. And now it's our turn. Now it's our turn to fulfill her mission, her divine plan. She came here, she set the template, she trained her team, and as she said, my mission is ending and yours is just beginning. And that goes for every single one of you watching on the other side. Every single one of you are starting mission. Yeah, no, it's not about working till you retire. It's about waking up to the fact that this is the most important thing on the planet. That we are doing this for the children. We are doing this for the new paradigm on earth. 5D, full consciousness, heaven on earth. But first we have to free the children. The awareness must be worldwide. That the few at the top, the old controllers, are much more than just rich bankers. They are blood-sucking vampire reptilians who want to control humanity. And they get us right at the beginning as children. And they use us as energy, as batteries. They suck off our loosh, which is fear-based energy, fear-based frequency. That's their food. So now you can see how important it is to not be in fear, to not succumb to the programming that all it wants to do is keep you worried, keep you in fear. Anything it can do to lower your vibration, now they can suck off you like a straw. They're just like, oh yeah, scare them some more. Just like the movie Monsters, that was a documentary. Okay? They're telling you the truth in plain sight. They tell you in jest so that you think it's some sort of joke. When in reality, this is what is happening. This is why everyone on this mission has given up everything in 3D to be here. To be here at the most important times of creation. As we see the old dissolve. As we see Donald Trump come back into the limelight. As we see the true draining of the swamp. And this swamp is deep. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay, let's, take a breather. Okay. A lot to absorb.
I'm pumped up, sorry.
Awesome.
I'm not sorry. Right,
you're not.
Right.
I mean, Buddha, you have so much to share. Buddha is the shyest being.
I am very shy.
You wouldn't tell, but he is. He's got a lot of love in his heart for Mom and the whole family. That includes you. Mm-hmm. So please feel into the passion that we care. We don't care enough for each other. And that is why you are here. Because you feel that frequency. And that is the training that Mom has gifted us. Care. Please care. And she trained us by us looking after her because she was bedridden. She couldn't do things anymore. She was the most active being on this planet. She loved life. She loved swimming. She loved helping others. She loved to walk. She loved to just dance. And then she couldn't in the last 3 years of her mission. And that is where part of the divine plan was to train up her royal angels to be of service to love. Could you not even sacrifice, could you let go of your own ego needs, wants, and desires to serve God and love? Because that is what it requires in these moments. There's a lot to do. A lot of sleepy souls out there. Sleepy, soulless souls out there. They need waking up, and it ain't just going to be with a nudge. It's going to take a moment. So let's hear from Mother of All Creation. This was a video. She went live about 7 years ago, the 14th of November. Events keep unfolding.
Greetings, love beings. This is Mother God and the First Contact Ground Crew team.
Woo!
Live from Galactic Central at the Galactic Hub. And we started a new series of messages, the Galactic News, and we're going to attempt to get this out daily for you so that you are aware of everything that's happening. Love has won. Victory for the light has occurred. Yeah. We are in the final moments and final stages of a lot of things. Very, very exciting, everybody.
Whee!
We also want to let you know that we have started soul retrievals. It's another new thing that we've added with the implant removals and the chakra restructure and realignment, and meridian reopening, and then chakra DNA damage repair.
Wow.
Now we're adding soul retrievals, and that's very exciting. So here's today's news. Just to reheart everybody, the 5D Love Room is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for implant removals, soul retrievals, all that stuff, and plus partying and celebrating and being together as a family and sharing information and synchronistic events. It's all been just amazing. So please join us there. You can find the link below. Greetings, love beings. Brilliant events keep unfolding in the Love Room now on a daily basis. We are in such incredible and exciting moments. It is truly over for the powers who were, and they are quickly losing their powers. There is no more energy available for them to use to support the old power over paradigm. Only pure consciousness and equality for the greater good of all. Love has won. Only the real energy of love can now be utilized, meaning the energy which supports the whole truth, the greater good of all, and the new paradigm where only love exists. New Earth, here we come.
Yeah.
So here is at last night at 5:53 p.m. and very fascinating. I turned over to copy this to my drafts, and I had 553 drafts at 5:53 with this message. Just received telepathic message. Illuminati have all been dissolved. Then another message last night. Received telepathic message at 10:51 p.m. Mountain. We are locating main control ship of the reptilians on one of Jupiter's moons. Moon Alera is where we located them, and we apprehended them. So now all the snakes within the chakra systems are dissolving.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yippee!
Victory for the light. So here's a description of the soul retrieval. We will go into your timeline and assist you. We don't do this for you. We do this with your higher self. And what we're doing is we're retrieving all the aspects of the real events which occurred throughout your lifetimes, and we're dissolving all the implanted memories, which was part of their process, what they were doing to keep people confused and a lot of other things. So come and get your soul retrieval. Okay. Here was the Gaia portal update for today. Fathoming of depths previously unreachable occurs for all Gaia inhabitants as the cosmic waves increase in intensity and frequency. Alternatives diminish, primaries are at forefront. Humanity consciousness continues to rise. Humanity consciousness follows. Points of entrance are not yet sensed by humanity, yet results are evident. Humanity is aware and aligns with the direction of the entering energetics. Standards are raised as sacreds unveil. And here is John Smallman. Humanity's awakening is at hand. Of course you are hearing that, because it is a fact. Nevertheless, you are the light bearers, the ones who chose to come and assist humanity in its awakening process. And because of the task that you have taken on, you have infinite help and assistance from all in the spiritual realms to ensure the success of this divine plan. You really do know deep within yourselves that this is your task and that your success in bringing humanity to wakefulness is divinely guaranteed. The divine will is for you all to awaken, and therefore no other outcome is even remotely possible. However, not all of you will awaken in the same moment. This is not a contradiction. The field of divine love enveloping humanity is going to bring about sweeping changes for those who have chosen to awaken. This will be the moment for which you have been waiting so patiently and with such excited anticipation. For those who, for the time being, have chosen to continue in the illusionary reality to which you have all become so acculturated. That's a big word. The world will change just as suddenly between self-serving individuals, groups, and organizations will cease instantly. This new environment will be one in which all karma, judgment, negative destiny, expected restitution, or just deserts will have been dissolved. A peaceful world will be born in which cooperation and new technologies will be combined to resolve all the problems that have previously divided man against himself. All will live abundantly and happily in creating stimulating and inspiring environments of intense beauty as they continue their onward journeys towards awakening. However, these changes will not be apparent to those ones who choose a slower path. It will just seem that this new system of honesty and transparency has always been the way in which relationships have been conducted. And next one is Mike Quincy, Solusa. Nothing will be allowed to stop the onward march of the light until it embraces all aspects of your lives. By then, the dark ones will have been left behind, having determined their future by their previous actions. All souls will find themselves exactly where they are meant to be, both by their actions and intentions. No one can avoid the consequences of them, but mistakes will not necessarily prevent you from ascending. It is your intent that matters, and sometimes, with the best of intentions, you may still make mistakes. If you have made the decision to follow the path of the light, you will be helped along the way, and unless you are distracted and go astray, should you reach your goal. Progress is determined by your level of vibrations, which at a certain point will result in your ascension. We continue to follow your advances into the new age, and we are closely monitoring the activities of the individuals that are the dark ones. In some ways, they are at their most dangerous when they are fighting a losing battle. But we are sufficiently in control to ensure that they cannot impede or halt progress. Your destiny is mapped out already, and before very long, you will know without doubt where your future lies. Slowly but surely, our representatives upon Earth are taking up positions that will ensure success. In doing so, we have been able to ensure that events are going to favor those working for the light, while stemming or preventing those in opposition from interfering. Such actions are permissible now that you have sufficiently advanced to clearly indicate your intentions to follow the path of ascension. You are already on the path that leads to success, and as time passes, it is rapidly growing, and more souls are awakening to their tasks. As you approach the year end, your thoughts will turn to what you may expect for the new year, and we can tell you that it will be notably for the progress made to bring ascension into being. There will be revelations that explain the way that you will move into the changes that will become evident. As the influence of the lower energies becomes less effective, you will progress quite quickly and without their influence. It will be a time of joy and happiness as your true history is revealed, and your future is assured. Because of our efforts and lightworkers, more and more people have an open mind where we are concerned. Yet many are uncertain or even scared of the prospect of meeting visitors from other planets and fear that we have ulterior motives. However, with the coming of the space age, minds have been awakened to the existence of other life. Some sources, such as science fiction, depicts us rather frightening beings that are only interested in taking over the earth. Rest assured that no such threat exists, and you are closely protected by us. At times, other civilizations have ventured as far as your earth, but we stop them from interfering with your future. The end times have already been determined and exist in the now, ready to manifest. You do not need to worry, as this cycle has a happy ending, as decreed by God. As the changes upon earth continue to take place, it would seem as if the end had arrived. But we assure you that you are firmly in the early stages of the new age. And just a short quote from Gabriel. Okay. Dear ones, you are on the planet to make a difference. Your superpower is love. Archangel Gabriel. Quote. All right, so join us live this evening, beginning at 5 p.m. Mountain until midnight for implant removal, soul retrievals, chakra repair, DNA repair, and also join the fun, celebrations. It's the love train, everybody. Jump on. We are going home into the light. We love you so.
Yippee! Oh, thank you.
Get her, Mama. She's still bowing. Aww. Look at her.
There.
Thank you.
There we go. All right, that was, wow, synchronistic as usual.
So much information there. Very synchronistic. I mean, she talked about the implant removals, which is part of the etheric surgery that
Ready to expand your online business?
we offer.
Access.
So, but the other one was the soul retrieval, which it was the first time I'd heard about that. Had you heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that's also part of the etheric surgery. It's so very multidimensional what is within that, because the Cabal have obviously manipulated us so that we would stay stuck in our thoughts, stay stuck in the past, stay stuck in the trauma. So they create systems, they create these illnesses, they create labels. The DSM-4 or whatever it's up to is the diagnostic manual for psychologists. It will put you in a box. It will create illnesses so that now you have an identity and you get stuck in that loop of, I can't heal myself. And that is very invasive in that it's even in our DNA structure. So there's nothing that you can keep doing that will catapult you unless you spend years and years and years of inner work to get to that complete healing. And with etheric surgery, it is for sure possible to say, okay, this is the final layer, maybe a few more little layers, but nothing that will stump me from moving forward. I'm talking about traumas, I'm talking about heartaches, I'm talking about abuse, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety. Like, the etheric surgery is going to be your ticket if you are feeling really stuck. And it heals the holes in the brain. And so it doesn't need to be a scary thing to commit to. You should be celebrating that that God and her galactic A-team have this beautiful process to assist your soul growth.
You know, it's really your golden ticket to heaven. It's that simple. You want to get to heaven? It's like showing the galactics, and we said this yesterday, they have a digital list of everyone who is committed, who is contributing, who is subscribing to our daily disclosure show. A list of all of those who have gotten the vaccine. I'm just kidding. A list of all those people who have contributed, who are showing energetically that they believe, that they truly feel and are wholeheartedly into this ascension process. And one of the major indicators that they use are these etheric surgeries. Who's gotten them? Who hasn't? Who's willing to invest in themselves just enough so that there is an honoring of the equal energy exchange? Read the testimonials. I mean, I can tell you firsthand when it happened to me. It literally dripped off. The dysfunction dripped off. I got clarity. You know, the holes in your brain will be cured. You will have the clarity. You will be able to have the guidance. Less confusion. It's like you can finally breathe again. It's worth every single penny. In fact, these surgeries are priceless. For the small investment that you'll be doing on yourself, you will be so glad you did.
Yeah, so I wanted to read, we have a couple of testimonials, but let me read one from Heather. I had my first etheric surgery in April and my second one yesterday. After the first one, I also did the raw garlic cleanse. I felt lighter and like existing got so much easier. When negative emotions came up, I was able to process them and transform them so much quicker than I could before the surgery. The garlic cleanse helped rid my body of physical toxins and to decalcify my pineal gland. I fought the idea of getting a session done at first because my ego programming told me my third eye was already open and I was already awake. But that's just it. The ego will do anything to stay in control while making you think you don't have that programming or that it's not as bad as others' programming. I cannot recommend enough booking an etheric surgery. My co-workers, family, and friends shared with me after the first session how I seemed happier, in a good mood more often, joyful and excited about life, and that I was just seemed like I was happy. And all of those observations were spot on. That is how I felt and still feel.
Wow.
Love you, Heather.
Get 'em, Heather.
Thank you so much. This is gold, because the more beings who actually go through this experience, get over their ego comforts, the more it's going to wake up and trigger the next wave. Because we had to take the leap to trust God in the physical vessel. Mom had to trust herself. Mom did not just embody her mother of all creation essence. It took her 7 years. She battled with the angels. She said, no, leave me alone. I do not want that role. Thank you. I'd rather just stay here speaking to you all day. Like, that is like a suicide mission. I don't want that role. Someone else can have it. So, it will take us moments to embody our higher selves. But the waves need to keep moving. We have ourselves working every day, diligently, consistently on dissolving dysfunction. So now we have you, listeners, dissolving your dysfunction, understanding what ego traits are, understanding what your traumas are. Book that surgery for then the next wavers to then come to their realization and waking up. That is a role that shouldn't be taken lightly. You can't keep hiding behind that camera. There is work to do in self-expression. These vocal cords were gifted to you because you have something to share. You have truth, you have experience, you have wisdom, and you have a collective waiting to wake up from you, from your codes. You hold those codes. It's called the gene keys. There's 64 of them. We each hold a key for each other, and we don't know who needs our keys. And that is why it's not up to you. Not up to you to decide whether you are speaking today. When the angels have been telling you, go on live, create a Telegram channel, go and speak to someone you haven't spoken to in a moment. Go and reconcile that connection. You have karma building up through unresolved situations, lifetimes, and relationships. If you are in some sort of dysfunction at work, go and be bold, be brave today and speak to that being. If they are fucking making masks mandatory, stand up for your fucking rights. Do not be afraid. Because the more you sit and be like, I'm just gonna see this through, maybe they won't, maybe they will, the slower this thing goes. It needs to pop. They are making masks mandatory for all healthcare workers. That is not divine. That is taking away your rights. Mask mandatory for children, mask mandatory for college students, or they'll make you pay like an extra $1,500 per semester. That is wrong. You know it. So if you're not being brave today, being courageous, coming out of your comfort zone, if your heart is not beating fast because you have to do something you know you have to do, but don't have the inner strength to follow through, that is a sign that you must go to that resistance. There's so much more gifts, blessings, miracles waiting for you on the other side. We promise you that. Yesterday was a very significant day. It was the Galactic New Year. The Schumann was popping. And if you didn't feel that, you're missing out on the party. Mm-hmm. We fucking partied yesterday like I never saw on Mission. Wanted to share a little bit about that, love?
I can, yeah. I mean, it was unplanned in many ways. We didn't know that it was the Galactic New Year, and then suddenly we had guests show up, and things were being given to us, and it was like, of course, the Etherics mom all setting it up to reheart us that these are moments of celebration. And we had such a beautiful exercise yesterday. Finally, we went through it, and it was just so powerful to actually commit to the exercise and complete it. And most of you, or some of you, may be familiar with this, and that is when you have a meeting, you sit in a circle and you go around and everyone takes a turn saying good, positive things of what you like about that other person, that other team member, your family member, and then you just take your turns going around in circles, over everybody. And the amount of energy that builds up, the compassion that you can feel within the whole team, the loving interactions, like you feel the dysfunction literally dissolving, all the traumas, the bickering, the back and forth, like it just goes away when we commit to loving each other, when we commit to focusing on our positive traits, on why we love each other so much. And it took a moment, but by the time it was done, you could feel the whole room buzzing. You could feel everyone just in a higher vibration. Such a simple exercise, but highly encouraged, because it really flips everything. Even for those people who you feel have, are on the other side of the spectrum, or the most work to do, they will be the ones that will actually thrive in these environments, because really all they need is just a little bit of love. I also wanted to share channeling from Ashtar Command. Mm-hmm. Dear brothers and sisters, did you want to read something first?
I just wanted to read Faith's comment.
When Mom began another round of the etheric surgeries, I was in Arizona and had been having a rough time. I asked Mom in shower meditation if it was highest, could I receive an etheric surgery? As all my moments were dedicated to mission, Mom granted me. Later that day, I saw my brain. It looked like small light bombs were going off and the left and right hemispheres were communicating and reconnecting. I saw Mom repairing the brain and my whole brain was tingling and glowing. Love you, Mom. Thank you.
Wow.
Brilliant. Yeah, there's a lot of brain activity. I often feel activations anytime some truths or some revelation is shared with me with the team. I have a confirm in a tingling sensation, like literally lighting up this side, that side, and so it's.
She's looking for this. It's full of water. She can use the black cup. That's what I normally use.
But I'm using that.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
We're in the middle of a live right now.
You're the one who stopped.
We didn't.
This is twice you've come in here like this, just so you know.
Thank you, Dylan. Love you.
I could see them. I could see them all over there looking for this cup. This cup.
It's
They're looking for
just
this
a
cup.
copper Yeti cup.
No, and I can't even begin to tell you where all this dysfunction stems from because I got gifted from the Galactics a black Yeti cup that said Crestone Films on it. But of course, we're always being tested not to be attached to any of our cups, yada, yada, yada. Cool. Let it all go. Next thing you know, I see Dylan drinking out of that cup that I prefer. I know it's not my cup, but I manifested it. Mm-hmm. Before you know it, that cup has disappeared, okay? Disappeared. So now everything like shifted. Everybody's cup got shifted somewhat. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay, I let it go. You lost my fucking cup. I let it go. Manifested another one. Cool. Started using another black cup. Cool. Now that's being used. So I'm like, well, shit. I know Eora normally likes to use this cup, but no one was available. I wanted to have water and coffee, so here it is. And I'm over here looking over there, and they're like peeing around, looking. And I'm like, they're looking for Eora's cup. I'm like, it's just very interesting because I had to let go of the black Yeti cup because it was so special to me. It was like a significant movement and point in my mission in Florida. It manifested. It said Crestone Films, like a foretelling of what was to come, right? Because now we got HBO documentaries coming. I mean, it was nuts. Loved the cup. Been fucking lost. There's a Yeti black hole. So anyways, this is just so multidimensional. Yeah. It's just important to address because you're like, what's going on? I'm like, it's just so dumb and small. But these are the sort of lessons that and how things manifest sometimes to show us the energy at play. Yeah. In so much that he would be willing to come in here and disrupt the entire thing so that he can make the cup an issue. You see? Mm-hmm. So it's fascinating.
Yeah, because it's all amplified. In the unified field, everything is amplified because we represent the collective. So therefore, all the dysfunctions that the collective aren't addressing, we're addressing. And so there's so many black holes in this. Things go missing. Like,
clippers.
I already shared that Buddha is very diligent. He is such a divine masculine. He's a divine masculine in that he looks after his gear. And he makes sure it's put back in the right place, that the paintbrushes are all washed and looked after so you can use the quality things that Mom has gifted us. And so he lent me his nail clippers and he handed it to me. He says, I have had this for 3 years. Please give it back. So I said, yes, Buddha. So anyway, I finished using the nail clippers. I put it in my pocket and I sit down in the garage and it's like kind of pressing on me. So I put it down on the table and I say, I'm going to pick that up and give it to Buddha. Next thing you know, it has disappeared. No one knows where it went. And it's not just that one nail clipper, it's 3. No one has a nail clipper now except for Mary. You see
that she dips in alcohol every time anyone uses it.
So when you start to become aware of the energies at play, you're gonna lose your phone, you're gonna lose your keys, you're gonna lose something very significant because the angels want you to transform that dysfunction.
And here's the flip, right? What was her first response? Oh, you're just attached. No, I'm not just attached. I'm responsible for my tools so I can have them. It's not an attachment, it's called maturity. And I've seen this so many times, and you know what I'm talking about, like, you try to call something out, it gets flipped on you. I'm like, no, bro, the reason I've had that cup for so long, for over 3 years, is because I've taken care of it. Someone who comes in doesn't care, they just use it, they drop it, they leave it, who knows where it's at now. And guess what? I had to let it go. I didn't even bring it up. I haven't said anything to anyone. I've probably said it I can't find this cup, but I just kind of try not to make it an issue. And it's just so funny because this cup became an issue now, right? And it was through my letting go that it found another way to resurface. Because there's an energy at play, a dysfunctional energy that if we don't look at or address, it finds another way to creep in. Mm-hmm. And of course, is there an element of just let it go, manifest another cup, let go of the nail clippers, manifest another one. Well, there's a big element of unworthiness, like, what's the word, white trash, like you don't have put any value on the things mom gave you, right? And so what's the extreme of that? People ripping down forests, they don't care, they just want to make a profit. They don't care where it's coming from, they're just taking. Whereas someone who is a farmer of the land, who is a caretaker of the planet, they're going to value their pick, their hoe, their tools. They're not going to leave them out in the rain. They're not going to let them get ruined, because that's how they care for themselves, for their planet. So to come in and say, oh, you're just attached. No, you just don't care. You don't care enough about the tools to put them back in its proper place. I know Mary goes off all day, every day about this stuff. She loves order. She loves have everything where she can find it again. Half the time people are grabbing stuff, moving them this way, moving them that way, moving this way. It's chaos, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you're just attacked. No, you're being chaotic, right? Of course, there's two sides to the story. You can say this, you can say that. But you get to a point where you have healthy boundaries and you know when a taker is fucking taken.
Yep. So it's unconsciousness. And we can all relate to this, because your household will tell you a lot about where you are at in your soul growth.
Just look at the ashtray.
So I have been in chaos, like, before coming to Mission. Everyone knows the story, how I lost my husband 2 years ago, raising 3 daughters. And I was messy because I couldn't keep up with the housework. So the grater would end up in that cupboard or that cupboard in the containers. It was just like no one could find anything. I lived with my brother-in-law. It drove him crazy because he was anal too. As in, he looked after his gear. He wasn't anal. That was the lower. I love you, Paul.
Responsible.
He was responsible and accountable, like Faith says. So, and also, like, my husband really looked after the car. He knew about feng shui. So he knew that it was important to honor the tools, our vehicles, in order for it to keep running, keep giving juice, keep it in integrity, so that when it next had to go into the shop, it would actually perform better. This is energy. These are energetics. Mom set it up that way. This is a learning school. So if you're not learning the lessons of how to be impeccable, how to be accountable, how to follow through, there's holes and gaps that need to be filled. So I'm now at Mission, and that dysfunction amplifies. Because guess what? These are beings who I have not had much moments with. And everyone's preferences are different. Everyone feels like, well, this cupboard makes sense to me to put this in. And so you can quickly see, put 8 beings or 9 beings into one kitchen.
There's 8 different spots for that one bowl.
Right.
Guaranteed.
So the agreement in itself, it's ridiculous.
Well,
it's like...
I just, not to interrupt you, but Mary, she's so cute, but she's so well trained, by mom, by right action, by orderly things, that she gets triggered sometimes when daily, let's just say. She gets triggered daily when she goes in. She knows she's put something there and it's not there anymore. And I could hear her pretty regularly under her breath, like, cursing and this and that. And she's gotten a lot better. Let me just make that clear. But it's just funny because I sat there and I laughed at her. I'm like, Mary, we really haven't even had a meeting to address that everyone should know that pot should go in that drawer. So it's never going to happen. Like, if someone is gladly putting the dishes away, they're just going to follow their heart and put them where they feel it's best. So until we have like a kindergarten, tutorial, we label everything, it's going to keep happening. So what I was suggesting was like, don't let it get under your skin. Like, make that the joke, make that the laugh, and just like right action it, But if you're like, I know, because I have a lot of control issues too. So if I know I'm stuck that, this pyramid has to be here all this time, and then, like, George, for example, will come and move it because he has his show, I'm not going to get mad because he's getting moved. It's just, okay, cool. Now I got to move it again, right? It's like, I could see how easily the program can pull you down that route of, oh, here I go, I gotta go do this, or why is this pot there, and why is that knife there, and where are the scissors, you know?
Yeah, that was me yesterday. Both Rora and
Yeah.
Hope. Where are the scissors?
For whatever reason, we have a hard time of keeping scissors in one place, and they're kitchen scissors, so they're a little bigger, a little thicker, made for cutting meat and things, and they fucking disappear. Same thing with our Cutco knife. It's like a perfect knife for slicing bread and this and that. Disappears. I mean, I have a couple people I know who's taking them, but like, I can't get mad. What am I gonna get mad for?
But it's not just the scissors or the knives, like everything.
It's the energy.
Like,
it's definitely
where
the energy.
are the pliers? Where? It's like you're walking around the house going, hello, can we just be more aware and conscious and be heartful? And that's why unity meetings are so important.
And Faith says, she was just rehearting, Mom did say, label everything. I'll never forget. She's like, how are we going to do this? She's like, just label everything. Mom, like that. I go, that's like being in kindergarten. And she's like, yeah. Like, we all got work to do, and we all got to figure this out. But I could see if we did label every freaking drawer and everything, it'd be like, oh, well, that's where that goes, and that's where this goes.
So that energy just dissipated, dissolved as we speak into it. Please do reheart yourselves that everything is a reflection of the dysfunction within you. No one is to blame. It is all, each and every one of us taking accountability, showing up, owning it, even if it wasn't ours. Be grander. That is what Mom asks of you. You want to see New Earth? You want the med beds? You want the children saved, because they are, but you want full disclosure from the mainstream media? Do your part. The micro is connected to the macro. What you do matters. What you think matters. What you say matters. More than you will ever know. You will see the tapes. We promise you. Mom always says, watch for the tapes, or wait for the tapes. It's all going to be shown to you. Everything is going to make sense. You don't need to know what is around the corner, what is the 5th step to your soul growth. All you need to know is the next step. And the way you know that is you ask for angel guidance. Angels, what is the highest for me to do now? Do not consult your ego. Your ego is on a default. It will just keep you manifesting from the past. Because the ego is a program. It has no soul. It is not part of creation. And therefore, it does not know the realm of love and the unknowable. Mom shared a transmission maybe a week ago, and we shared it on live stream. Ask for the downloads at 11:11 a.m. and 1:11 p.m. Simply say, I ask for all downloads. Thank you. I accept, embrace, allow. That's it. You don't need to know what's going on behind the scenes. Your angels, your councils, your galactic team working through you, getting your heart pings, gifting you, showing you, making you see. When you're in complete surrender, that is easier to come through. That message will come in hard, either through sound, words, visions, pings. You're looking at a rock and you're like, okay, I noted, I'm looking at a rock. Angels, what do you need me to do with this rock? Lie down. It's like, oh, okay, I lie down. It's like, it's that simple. But you have to have the space. You have to allow love to come through you.
So I'll quickly read the Ashtar command channeling. Dear brothers and sisters, I am Ashtar, the commander of the Galactic Federation of Light. I am happy to communicate telepathically with everyone today. I have been very busy with everything. What is happening in our dimension and yours? The negative entities on Mars have been completely removed, as they became a threat to us and the Milky Galaxy. If someone claims that Orions, Greys, Reptilians, and etc. are still there, that is not correct. Right now, the dark forces are looking for a new planet to use as a base, so they can continue planning their next attack. Unfortunately, some of the light community buy their lies. Same goes for the secret space program, which has been operating for a long time and hidden from the Earth population. Recently, we captured a few of their ships and dismantled them. I mentioned before that we, Galactics, are not going to allow for the negative forces to destroy or create a dangerous situation in the Milky Galaxy or somewhere else in the cosmos. It would kill trillions of beings. What Supreme Father or Prime Creator would never allow to happen? I am disheartened by the fact that some of the truth seekers are fooled by the dark entities and read sources of information full of negative codes. Also, I want to add to the claim about physics with superpowers from the secret space program. None human with the most extraordinary psychic abilities could affect anyone negatively in a long-range distance of over 400 miles, as humans in 3D can't exercise these kind of powers. Please don't worry about someone who could attack or influence you with their negative energy. You can easily raise your vibrations through meditations, so if anyone who wants to attack you, they can't harm you in your high energies. Your meditations can help you and others. Please continue to spread the light. Remember, you have free will and nobody can tell you or force you to undesirable things. The darkness has been using scare tactics and mind manipulations for a very long time. Now, each day, more and more people are starting to question their surroundings. Their dark agenda is failing, and the light continues to spread. The new Earth is ready to accept 5D galactic humans. She is waiting for your arrival. The power within you is your guide, and just follow your heart on which path to take. Ascension is a personal choice. A specific number of humankind are going to stay in the Matrix as they are not ready to ascend. Others can't wait. When this event takes place, it's coming in divine timing. Only the fathers know when exactly it's going to occur. Bad weather and other events have been orchestrated by the corrupted souls. Not all of the incidents were by them. Mother Gaia is cleansing the planet by preparing herself to welcome humanity to a new Earth. Regarding the dinosaurs myth, that they are flesh eaters, that is not true. The ones who survive live in Hollow Earth and an inner Earth with Anshar civilization, and all of them are plant eaters, including the 50-foot tall T-Rex. I want to assure you that everything is going to be the divine plan, and the Galactic Federation of Light and I, Ashtar, are going to continue to assist your civilization and keep everyone safe in the Milky Galaxy. Gratitude to the Universal Channel for delivering this transmission. Thank you. You are the beacons of light. Be brave and strong. Salute. Channeled by Irina Velasquez.
Gracias. Thank you. There's quite a bit of misinformation going around by beings of the dark who want to confuse those who are awake that the Galactic Federation of Light are malevolent beings. That's not true. Mom has always spoken about the Galactic Federation of Light. And I want to call out a light worker who has a major following in the UK. Her name is Jen McCarty. She has a Facebook group called The Event Is Happening. She has 90,000 followers. And Mom, when she was here, would ask us to stand up for the truth. And standing up for the truth meant recognizing God in her physicality. That is your holy grail. If you are a light worker and you know about, or you knew about Love as One and didn't recognize her as Prime Source Creator, and you being the co-creator with God, not that you are God without God, that is in superego, you are not fulfilling your contract. And so a lot of beings follow a lot of good light workers, but they have one very big piece missing, and that is God is a woman. She was here in a physical vessel. She ascended this year. I have approached Jen McCarty and I said, did you know that God is a woman? This was last year. And she said, is that Love as One? I said, yes. She ignored me after that. When you are already aware that God is on the planet and you refuse, you're in denial to recognize that you were meant to assist her in this awakening journey, to empower others with the information and the wisdom and the teachings that we are sharing with you, you're missing the boat. You've missed the point. You are leading others astray because you yourself are lost in the source. Take heed. If you're listening to Elizabeth April, if you're listening to any of these amazing channels, Magenta Pixie, these are huge names. They have fucking gifts, but they did not recognize God, and their karma is coming. Spread the truth far and wide. Hit anyone up on YouTube and said God was a woman, she ascended. Visit this website, 5dfulldisclosure.org. Santa Claus is coming to town. She has a list. She knows who has stood up for love. And that is accumulating. There are blessings on the other side. There is no need to feel bad. There is no need to beat yourself up. But be aware that the sooner you recognize God as a woman, the more the blessings, the faster they come right at you. Synchronicities, magic, miracles, abundance, beyond your wildest dream. Wildest, untainted, untethered love. Unconditional love. We're experiencing that within the team. The healing that comes from honoring our soul contract. Every day pushing, no matter what our egos want us to do. We're in pain, we suffer, we feel those feelings, yet we choose to transform them in whatever means possible, be it in ceremony, be it in tears, be it in sharing with someone. But it has to be done. You cannot sit in that dysfunction. You cannot sit burying those feelings deep down because it's gonna hurt you. You're gonna get these cancers. You're gonna get these things that manifest because it has to come out somehow. Cancer is not a bad thing. Cancer is your body purging itself because it knows what to do. It is an intelligent, functioning, divine vessel built for evolution. And your thoughts are impeding that growth. Your thoughts. Not your thoughts, your ego's thoughts, the matrix. It is plugged in. So thank you everyone who has been pushing, who has been looking at their shit, been transforming, look at their dysfunctional family and saying that's enough. No one else is going to do it for me. I'm going to do it. You are a fucking warrior and you need to recognize that within yourself.
Yeah, it can be very empowering once you let go of the shit, this dysfunction, the stuff that keeps you down. Just let it all go. Surrender. Recognize that your strength is in the surrender. Now, and it feels she's pulling a card. We have a super busy day today, so we'll go ahead and share this card with you and leave you with a positive message.
Would you like to read it?
Sure.
The hummingbird spirit, be here now. What a beautiful card. We love hummingbirds.
Oracle message for humanity. The hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seeming stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird spirit comes to remind you that the beauty, the sweetness of life is in the eternal now, the timeless present, here and now. You are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flowers before you. For what you desire is being provided. Yes, there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird spirit message is that you have no need to go about in search of something better. For all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you.
Beautiful. Be present today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. Thank you for your support. Thank you for purchasing the products, supporting the mission, supporting the vision of Crystal Schools. Georgie will be back later today for his Roadside Nuggets, and we will be back tomorrow morning. Same time, same place.
We love you all. See you tomorrow.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Love has won and joy reigns. Na 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 na.
Joy.
Na 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 na.
Joy reigns.
Hey, hey, hey.
Love has won.